I know that you've been pushing the Austin City Council to adopt a ceasefire resolution, which has happened in other places, right? Other cities. How receptive have city council members been to these efforts?
It's a mixed bag. When we had the original ceasefire resolution on the table, it came from the City of Austin Human Rights Committee or Human Rights Commission as a recommendation to City Council. The Human Rights Commission cannot automatically put things on the agenda the way the Planning Commission and Urban Transportation Commissions can. So it was up to City Council to then take it onto the agenda. That requires 4 council members to co-sponsor it, and we had 3. At the time, those were Councilmember Jose Velasquez in District 3, Councilmember Vanessa Fuentes in District 2, and Councilmember Zoe Kadri in District 9. We could not secure a 4th co-sponsor, so our struggle was primarily around getting it on the agenda in the first place. We could not speak as openly because what we were doing was going to the general public comment, which is capped at 10 speakers per city council meeting, and filling as many slots as we could when they opened up to then agitate for that because the rest of city council was pretty opposed to it. The mayor, Kirk Watson, was very firmly against having it on the agenda, and I know Councilmember Mike Siegel in District 7 signaled his support for it during his campaign, but it has not come back up at City Council since the start of the new term earlier this year.
Okay. And if the council were to adopt the resolution, what does that symbolize? What does that accomplish?
Yeah, we understand that it's a symbolic resolution. No one in the Austin for Palestine Coalition believes that Austin City Council passing this resolution will automatically end the war, right? But we also see in other cities across the country, I believe Chicago, Oakland, Houston passed one at one point, San Antonio passed one at one point, so places in Texas as well. It signals a groundswell of support across the country for an end to U.S. support for the war and an end to the U.S. guiding the war, because it's important to understand that this is not solely Israel's war. This is a war first and foremost by the United States. At every step of the way, we have United States personnel on the ground in Israel using missile defense systems and operating systems, providing intelligence services alongside the British to guide where the Israelis actually strike. So our intent in supporting the resolution was to show the American government at the national level that there is support, that the people of the United States do not want this to continue.
Okay, well, bringing it back local, what do you say to local Jewish organizations like Shalom Austin, who argue that resolutions like the one that your coalition is pushing for at City Council don't really accomplish anything, and on the other hand, they serve to divide the community?
Yeah, I appreciate this question, and you sent it to me a little beforehand. The resolution was for a ceasefire. It was for an end to hostilities on both sides. And if you are against the idea of a ceasefire, if you think a ceasefire is divisive, I would really question the motivation there. The coalition got access to a newsletter email from, I believe, Shalom Austin or another community in Austin, giving guidance on how to speak against the ceasefire resolution. And a lot of it pointed out that they understood at the time that speaking against a ceasefire seems counterintuitive, that it seems, perhaps on the wrong side of history. I don't know if they used those words. And so counseled people to speak about how it's not a local issue, about how it's divisive for the community and so on. But it is a local issue. I mean, a war abroad will always come home. And we see this, I think, now with Trump sending in the National Guard to police D.C. It's something called the imperial boomerang effect, where everything that we do overseas comes home. And on top of that, there were local hate crime incidents. There was the attempted drowning of a couple children in Euless Springs by someone shouting about them being Palestinian. There was the stabbing of Zechariah Dewar in Austin after one of our protests. So it's not just an international issue. It is a local issue too. And the resolution included points about, hate crime reporting and safety and working against anti-Semitism, anti-Arab hate, and Islamophobia as well. So. Sure.